family. I am so excited to share what I'm about to share with you. Now, for some of you who are members of the Matters of the Heart family, you all know that last August, I released my first book called The Capacity to Love. And that book was released in an ebook format. Well, I am excited today to share with you that The Capacity to Love is now in a paper book format. And I'm so excited about this because I've received a lot of messages asking about when a paperback book would be available. Now, thinking about technology, initially the thoughts were, people, it's easier just to download the book. You can take it as you travel, or if you sleep in bed, you just pop open your laptop, your Kindle, whatever, and, just read the book. But people still, I see, love paperback books. And I think that is awesome. So I am giving you exactly what you want. The paperback book for The Capacity to Love is available for purchase. And at this time, it's available for purchase on Amazon. I will leave a link to the book in the description. So if you decide that you do want to purchase this book, it's right there handy for you to purchase. Now, with that being said, I wanted to share just a short excerpt from my book. So here you go. All right. John 10:10 tells us that the thief's purpose is to steal and kill and destroy. This is exactly what the enemy did. He stole years from my capacity to love. He tried to kill my faith in God, and he tried to destroy my relationship with Jesus. But how many of you know that what is stolen can be found? What is dead can be raised, and what has been destroyed can be put back together. Look, God specializes in brokenness. He specializes in taking broken things and making them whole, even broken people. This is the beauty of God. Even when we are in a broken state, He is still right there, waiting to embrace us with love and ready to mend the broken pieces in our lives. He gently collects all of the pieces and puts us back together, new and improved. If you enjoyed that short excerpt, go ahead and click the link and go ahead and purchase the book so you can hear more experiences, more words that will encourage and inspire you to search to see if you truly do have the capacity to love, and not just to give love, but also to receive love. And I don't know about you, but it has always been my philosophy that if you're trying to tell someone about something, the only way you can really be effective in sharing with them maybe ways that they can go to assist in healing, or suggestions on things they can do to mediate a situation. The only way you can really do that is if you've gone through it yourself. I think it's great when you have, doctors and, people have gone to school for degrees in psychology and counseling. And I think that is amazing. But in addition to that, sometimes it's not the same as just talking to someone who's actually walked in those shoes, because they're able to really give you from experience advice that you can really understand where they're coming from. And this book, The Capacity to Love, this is exactly what this is. I remember when my children, the first time they got on an airplane, And they were so scared. They questioned, how is this going to feel? Is it going to feel like I'm in a car, or am I really going to feel like I'm flying in the air? And of course I told them, I'm like, you'll be fine. You'll just be sitting there and you won't even know that you're even moving. That's how comfortable you'll be. Now, of course, it wasn't until they actually experienced it that they completely understood what I said. And this is the same thing with the capacity to love. Everything I've shared in this book, it is very personal. But what's the saying? There is purpose from pain. And this book, The Capacity to Love, it is an example of pain that I've experienced, but it's to assist others to get out of their pain and to search their hearts, search your heart, to see if you truly have the capacity to give and receive love. And the thing about it is, a lot of times, and I'm going to use my personal experience, I found myself walking around every day. I have been hurt from two really major incidences in my life. Two major. One being the death of my father. And this was like around, I was around like age 26, 25, 26. That thing crushed me. I was crushed. And in all honesty, I did not know. After it happened, I really couldn't tell you how I was going to make it, if that makes sense. If you've experienced the death of a parent or someone very close to you, after that happens, it's like your life just doesn't make sense anymore. The pieces of the puzzle don't fit, and you really can't see how life is going to make sense again. So I went through this period where I was just mad at God. I didn't want to hear about God. I didn't want anyone to come and tell me, oh, it's going to be all right. God is looking out for you. God's got you. I didn't want to hear it. And it wasn't that I just went through a year of that or 6 months of that. I went through almost 10 years of not wanting to hear from God. I didn't want anything to do with him because in my mind, he took my dad. He took my hero. And it wasn't until it was a moment that I believe God just removed the blinders from my eyes for me to realize I didn't take your dad. And all I could do was cry out to him and ask him to forgive me. It was then when I started to kind of turn things around. And then another incident happened that tragically changed my life. Now, you got to read the book. You got to purchase it so you can see and read more about the details of my life experiences. But I will tell you, it wasn't until I hit rock bottom after that last tragic experience. It wasn't until I hit rock bottom, falling to the floor on my family room, face down on the recliner, just ugly cry, that I realized I needed Jesus. I had to have God in my life. There was something better than what I was experiencing. I knew that what I was going through was not God's plan for my life. That was not his plan. And to look back at walking around all of those years smiling, but inside hurting, inside broken, just the pieces of my heart were shattered, but smiling the whole time. And I know many people can relate to that because we try to brush things to the side. We try to hide behind things and put on a smiling face. And sometimes I think, you know what? I just need to get through it. If I get past it, if I keep going, I won't think about it. Or if I keep going, eventually, things will get better. But if you don't address the issue, if you don't confront it, the only thing it will do is cause your heart to harden. And before you know it, you will not have any capacity to love or receive love. So you all, go ahead and purchase this book and let this be I really want you to sit down with this book, take some notes, do whatever you have to do. And at the end, there's also, it's a challenge, something for you to do after you read this book to help you on your journey of healing. It's the same journey I took. And I know everybody's journey is different, but the foundation and the principles are, it's kind of like around the board, straight on the board for everyone. But I do encourage you, if you're hurting, if you're broken, if you're in pain, if you're holding on to things that you know it's time to let go. And let me tell you this, even if you've been through things and you think, you know what, I'm over that, this is still a good book to purchase, because as you're reading, and I've had individuals tell me as they're reading this book, they start to discover that there were things inside their heart that they didn't even realize was still there. And, you know, it after hearing all of the amazing comments of those who have read the book, all I could say was thank you, God, because this is a God-given book. This was not me. This was a God-given book. And I know God placed this in my heart to write this. And I also know that God allowed me to go through what I went through so that I could help others. So family, go ahead and purchase that book. And once you read it, leave a comment. Let me know how you like the book. Let me know how it helped you. And once you read the book, if you want to share it with somebody else, go ahead and share it with somebody else. Or if you start reading the book and you're like, hey, I know somebody who, you know, could really benefit from reading this book, go ahead and pass the link to them so they can purchase the book as well. So Heart Fam, once again, I'm excited that the paperback book is available for you to purchase. And again, I love you all so much. And I pray that this book really inspires you and really helps you to search your heart to see if you have the capacity to love and give love. Love you, family. Bye.